Namaste. Welcome everyone for today's webinar on Chandas. We're going to be exploring Chandas, taking a deep dive into the rhythmic structure of ancient Sanskrit poetry with Dr. Suryanarayana Nanda. He's joining us as our faculty and glad to have him with us. I'll give him an introduction shortly. Terry from Arkansas, glad to have you all with us. Professor Goel from the Needonomics Foundation, Hare Krishna, thank you for joining. We've got a small group of folks, but hopefully people who are interested in Sanskrit and diving deeper into Chandas. So let me introduce our guest, our faculty. He's not even a guest, he's a part of the family now, right? Dr. Suryanarayana Nanda has actually devoted his whole life to studying Vedic texts and classical Sanskrit literature. He holds a PhD in Sanskrit from Utkal University in Bhubaneswar, and as well as a MA and a Master's of Philosophy from Delhi University, and Sahitacharya from S. Jagannatha Sanskrit Vishwavidyalaya in Puri. So we're glad to have Dr. Nanda with us today. He's been an assistant professor of Sanskrit. He's teaching for a long time. He's part of the Arya Samaj of Greater Houston. He does a lot, and we are glad that he is with us today. So with that brief introduction of Dr. Nanda, please share in the chat where you're zooming in from, and I can hand it over to him to start talking about the fascinating world of Chandas, which is actually a science of Sanskrit poetic meter. And this is an introduction, so he's going to get into all the way from the ancient sages who structured verses with mathematical precision and spiritual intention, and how it comes all the way down to present time. So with that brief introduction, let me hand it to Dr. Nanda to get us going with today's webinar. Thank you.
Namaste, everyone. So this webinar is to describe the details of the class going on. Will be going to start July 14th. So as an introduction of Chandas, Chanda means the rhythms within a poem. That is called meters or prosody. It is a vital aspect of both Vedic literature and Sanskrit literature. So the study of these chandas or poetic meters, verses, make us understand the rhythm and structure of the poetry, and also enhances the aesthetic mnemonic qualities of the verses. Remember, the most of Sanskrit literature, so when I'm saying most of, it's almost 80% Sanskrit literatures, even our dharmic literatures or secular literatures, are written in shloka form. It's a poet, is a rhythmic form. And anyone can recite it, chant it like this. So even it's a literature related to mathematics or geometry or Ayurveda or dance, drama, or even the Upanishads, the Gitas, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Puranas, all the dharmic literatures, most of them are written in poetry form. So when we are learning a language or scripture which is written in a poetry form, we need to understand what the rules and regulations to make that a poetry. So each chanda, the meter, has its own rhythm and movement. So the meters are what are the meters, chandas? They are the arrangement of syllables, stressed, unstressed, to occur at apparently equal intervals. And metered verses has prescribed rules as to the number and the placement of syllable used for the line. Remember, chanda or meter is not equal to rhythm. In some aspect, they may identical, not similar, but not identical. Rhythms refer to the overall tempo or pace at which the poem unfolds. The meter refer to the measured beat established by patterns of stressed, unstressed syllables. They are numbers, number matter, numbers, and Guru Lagu, the heavy and the light type of syllables. So in this course, which is going to be started from July 14th, so we'll learn the nature of syllables, the Lagu and Guru, how to differentiate which letter is Lagu, Lagu means light, which letter is Guru or heavy. Then we'll also learn the Gana. This is another factor in Chanda. Gana means a pattern of light and heavy syllables in a sequence of 3 syllables, which makes one group. Gana means actually group. Then also we'll learn, explore some certain major chandas, major meters, although there are hundreds of chandas. Well, we'll learn not the all chandas, but the major chandas. That will give you a detailed idea. After learning this chanda class, you yourself can learn the rest of other unknown chandas, or you can yourself easily identify which shloka is written in what chanda. So that's how you can recite it in a proper way. Then also, that's how we learn the lakshana or the characteristics of characteristic features of every chanda and their applications in a particular shloka. I'll give some examples now. Study and also in between there are different type of chandas. We'll go to know how many types of chandas are there. Certain meters based on a fixed number of syllable per verse, that is called akshara vritta. And also there are the second type of meter, that is called varna vritta, defined by a fixed sequence of light and heavy syllables. And the third one we learn matra vritta, that is meters determined by a fixed number of matras, measures per verses. So at the end of the course, students can easily identify and compose various metrical patterns inherent in chandas. They can recite properly the shlokas. There will be enhancement of their pronunciation. They can properly pronounce. It will help them to pronounce a proper word or letter properly, rhythm, and mastery of syllable arrangement, stress, phonetics in Sanskrit recitation. The next question may be, what are the literatures related to that? Although in Sanskrit there are many, more than tens of books are there, literatures are there. The first and foremost author of the whole this Chanda literature, meter literature, is called Chanda Shastra or Chanda Sutra of Rishi Pingala, Sage Pingala. After that, there are lots of other Chanda literatures are written by different authors, like Acharya Jayadev, written Jayadeva Chandas, Chandonushasana, written by Jayakriti, Chandonushasana again by Hemachandra, Vrittaratnakara Kedara Bhatta, and so many literatures. So in your class, I will give course materials. I will give you the PDF files of books, but the class will be not followed by the books. I will share the Google Doc, my Google Doc, based on my, and there I will share my notes and everything that. So for your home study, you can go through the books. But in class, I will give you the materials that we will follow. And the class structure will be, it will be 10 classes once a week, 90 minutes of classes. And the 11th class, 11th week will be the exam. There will be assignments and other attendance will account 50% of the overall class grade and remaining 50% derived from the final exams. So now I'll give some examples. So that's how you can easily understand how it works. Let me. So this is a Google Doc. So I have chosen a, suppose, very famous shloka. Everyone knows this. Tameva mata chapita tameva. Tameva mata chapita tameva. Tameva bandhuscha sakha tameva. Tameva vidya dravinam tameva. Tameva sarvam mama deva deva. So how to know in what meter it is written? So then we have to count the syllables. Suppose the syllable in Sanskrit Chanda is count. There are two ways. The first one is the whole syllable. It may be a mixed letter or single letter. This is one syllable. Twa one, me one, wa 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 syllables. Remember, all the shlokas actually divided by 4 quarters. 4 quarters. So the rule, and this shloka is written in Upendra Vajra meter. And the rule of Upendra Vajra meter is, in every quarter there should be 11 letters. And the rule is like Upendra Vajra Jatajastato Gau. It means any shloka is written in Upendra Vajra. How to know? There should be 11 syllables in every quarter, and that should be Jagana Jata Ja group and plus 2 gurus. So what is Jagana, Tagana, Jagana? Arthat Ja group, Ta group, Ja group. That we will learn in the class. Here, suppose I am giving you so here it is Jata Ja Go Go. That's how it is Upendra Vajra Chanda. Suppose another example from Gita. Many people are very much familiar with Gita. So I am quoting here Gita, 2nd chapter, 22nd shloka. Remember, in Gita, most of shlokas are written in Anushtup Chanda. I will explain later. But this particular Chanda I am quoting, this Chanda is written in Upajati. Again, every quarter has 11 letters. Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya. Also in Chanda you will learn where to pause, where not to pause. Navani granhati naro parani tatha sharirani vihaya jirna nyanyani samyati navani dehi. So if you count, is there actually 11 letters in every 11 syllables in every quarter? Count. Va, san, si, 3, ji, rina, ni, 3, 6, ya, tha, 8, vi, ha, ya, 8, 11. So you have to pause here. Va, san, si, ji, rina, ni, yatha, vihaya. Let's pause. Navani, granhati, naro, parani. Second quarter. Tatha sharirani vihaya jirna. Here, jirna. Remember, while we are reciting the shlokas, the basic rule that common people don't know, you cannot separate the shlokas. Normally you do it. Because of the easiness, we split the sandhi and you try to recite. The chanda has its own role. You cannot split the word. You have to recite or read it as it is without breaking anything. Yes, to understand it, we can split, we can get the sandhi, samasa, whatever the rules, etc. But to recite it, one should not split it. We should read it as it is. So, suppose here we are counting 11. Tatha sharirani vihaya jirna. This is the pause. And no split. Nyanyani samyati navani dehi. Again, the rules are there. Jagana, tagana, jagana, etc. That we will learn in classes. So that's how. Okay, I'm giving another examples. There are chandas or shlokas starting from 1 letter to 48 syllables in a particular quarter. I'm giving you a little bit a big shloka with lots of Sragdhara. It's one of the big shloka. Big shloka means there are lots of syllables. In every quarter, there should be 21 syllables and 4 quarters. Mrabniryanam trayena trimuniyati yuta sragdhara kirtiteyam. This is the characteristic feature we learn in class. What does it mean? So defining the Sragdhara Chanda, how to know which Chanda is Sragdhara. And the Sragdhara is 21 syllables in every quarter, and the groups therein be Magana, Ma, Ra, Pa, Na, Ya groups. Remember, the groups are very easy. In first class, we all will learn. Group of 3 syllables is called one group because of their different heavy and light letters combination. The name of groups are different. So, Brahmanda Chatradanda Shatadruti Bhavanam Bhoruho Naladanda. Remember, in this shloka, in English you can read, pause after every 7th syllable. Brahmanda Chatradanda, that's the 7th. Shatadruti Bhavana Bhoruho Naladanda. In every quarter, you have to pause in 3 places. 7, 7, 7. Shoni Naukupadanda Sharadamara Sarit Pattika Ketu Danda Jyotish Chakraksha Danda Stribhuvana Vijaya Stambhadando Danda Shreyastraivikramaste Vitaratu Vibudha Dveshinam Kaladanda. So, the way scholars or the Pandits recite the shlokas, they don't do it in a random way. They follow certain rules and regulations. And those certain rules and regulations are called actually chandas. That we are going to learn. It's a very easy, very understandable. There is nothing very complex or complicated. Anyone can easily understand. So now it's up to you. Any question related to class or course, please focus on your question should be related to the class and course, not here and there. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that overview. Very nice. I do like hearing you sing or recite the shlokas as well. It's very nice. Um, if anybody has any specific questions, now is the time. Please put it in the Q&A box. You can raise your hand and ask directly or just type in the chat and let me know that you'd like to ask a question and I can unmute you and allow you to speak. Do we have any Haridas Ji, I see you're in the audience. I don't know if anybody who's been a student might want to make a little comment. See Hindu Temple, I'm not sure who that is. Arun Jain, welcome. Glad to have you here. Yeah, Haridas Ji, let's get you up here.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Hey. Namaste, Mahodaya. Thank you for that introduction. I would just like you to make clear, like, what is the level of Sanskritam you expect in the class? Obviously, these shlokas are so beautiful, but the Sanskritam has dirgha samasas, and sometimes it can be a bit complicated to understand. Do you have a level of, do you have an entry requirement for this class?
Okay. So for Chanda class, the basic Sanskrit knowledge is more than enough. Means you know the basic Sanskrit grammars, because although there is samasa and sandhi in the things, but we are not going to learn the understand the meaning of the words. So Chanda is totally different thing. People just, there are shlokas, there are the Chanda rules, and Chanda rules, they will be, the rules will be explained, and they will just apply that rule in that particular shloka. So they don't need to know more Sanskrit or very classical things. Only basic Sanskrit grammar knowledge is enough, more than enough.
Got it. Do you plan to delve into the Vaidiki meters like Gayatri, Ushnika, Nishtopyu, women, Brihati,
Yeah.
Trishtopyu? You plan to
So
go into those?
So because it's a 10 days class, so the first session will be related to the Laukika Chandas. That's how people can easily connect and they can easily apply in their day-to-day stotras, shlok and everything. Once they get that motivation, or they are more interested to learn, maybe in the next session we'll do with the Vedic Chandas, because Vedic Chandas is more academic, because many people don't know the mantras. They don't. So that's how Vedic Chandas will be taught in the second session. The first session will be for Laukik Chandas. People can easily connect, they can easily use it. It's more applicable.
So when you say the first session, do you mean this quarter, this
This
whole
quarter, yeah,
quarter?
the whole 10, yeah. This quarter will be related to the Laukik Chandas. If
Mm.
I'll see the interest of people, then the next quarter will be about the Vedic Chandas.
So in this quarter, you'll be covering the chandas based on the aksharas, like you just said, Shragdara, etc.
Yeah,
As
yeah,
the
yeah.
matra, both the matra.
Matra Chanda, Varana Chanda, Vritta Chanda,
Mm,
etc. Yeah,
I see.
yeah,
Yeah, sounds very interesting. Your
yeah,
singing is as Ankurji said, your singing is awesome. So hopefully you teach us to sing
yeah.
like you, the shlokas.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Anyone can join this class. Yeah, with the basic Sanskrit things. If it's zero about Sanskrit language, then it may little bit difficult. But
Mm.
you don't need lots of grammar knowledge to join the Sanskrit class.
Right, right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Great. Thank you, Haridas Ji, for getting in here with those questions and comments. Who else do we have that may be interested in asking questions? It can be specific to your situation, something that you wanted to know about Sanskrit, whatever it is. And that, again, just this last conversation with, Dr. Nanda had, we at HUA are continuing to develop courses depending on your interest and engagement, what you want as students, as part of the community. Our faculty are willing to help develop and guide and change and add a new course every quarter, every 2 quarters. And so Sanskrit is a major backbone, right, of the Hindu civilization, of Hindu University of America. And it's been pretty successful, right? You can see the batches of students that have come through, and it's amazing where over the years now we do have people who've come in with zero knowledge, and at the end of it, they're speaking in Sanskritam and having conversations and reading scriptures and interpreting them for themselves. So this is a great opportunity to take a deeper dive. Maybe not commit to the whole program, but you can take a one course and see if this is something that is interesting for you and that you want to dive deeper into. And again, at Hindu University of America, with a faculty like Dr. Nanda, with our learning management system, with the links, with the details, with the PDFs, the structured learning, it's different than trying to learn on your own, right? Going to YouTube or buying a book or trying to study on your own. Having the university, having the faculty, having the structure, it is very helpful, right? To learn a
And
language.
also the subject like Chanda, you cannot learn through YouTube or something because these are little bit technical things. So the technical things you need a teacher directly teaching you, solving the problems, even after learning the characteristic features of a shloka to apply it. You need a classroom conversation. You know? So in class also there will be task. I will explain you. Then I'll give you a shloka. You have to choose what letter is heavy or what letter is light. So how to form a group, how to you yourself find this shloka is in that chanda. So it is important. So that's how chanda. It's a very technical subject. Anyone wants to learn chanda, it is required to learn in a classroom format where there is a conversation and interaction is most important. Yeah.
Great, wonderful. So I've got the poll up and ready to share. So let us know. Yeah, Eleanor G, glad to have you with us today. And please share your experience at HUA and with Dr. Nanda. I think you mentioned you took a course with him before.
Oh, yes. Both my mother-in-law and my mother-in-law is Tamilian. We have taken his Yaksha Prashna class. It was excellent. We were very impressed with his level in Sanskrit and his aptitude to interpret the texts in depth. It's amazing. He's very clear. He's also very sensitive to his students. He really adjusts the class, and he also adjusts to personal requests if we need help in some way, if we need anything we request. He tries to accommodate to the best of his abilities. So we really feel secure. We really can progress. What else could I say? Yeah, we all benefited from his class. All his students wish that he continues to teach and offer more and more classes. And last thing I can say is that it's very rare at HUA at the moment to get a class with, which is focused on the Sanskrit, but taught in English. Like, many use the Sanskrit, but they don't go deep in it. But his classes, he does both. Like, he uses the Sanskrit, of course, but he also really makes you become acquainted with it so well. And it is taught in English. So what a boon. Thank you so much, Dr. Suryanarayana Nanda.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, what a wonderful explanation and story, Eleanor. Appreciate you and sharing your experience. Let me share the details of the course in the chat right now. You can register through that link right there. The class is Exploring Chandas. It's going to be on Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to start July 14th. It's going to end September 29th, and it is a $200 course. So it is a 1 credit hour course. And as Eleanor G said, it's interesting and not totally unique, but it is rare where we have Sanskrit class in English medium with the application also. So this is hopefully something that people are interested in, can enroll in, and we can take steps towards expanding this kind of content with Dr. Nanda as our faculty. So please do consider enrolling. Let us know in the poll. I think I have that up right now. A few of you filled it out, a few more. If you can minimize, maximize, find that poll, let us know if you're interested in taking the course, enrolling in a program. Yeah. So if we have any other questions, now is the time. Comments, suggestions, please do share, raise your hand in the participant window or type in the chat. Dr. Nanda, would you like to kind of take some of that into context and take it forward? What else is going on in the course? How's your experience been at HUA? Where do you see it progressing?
Yeah, I got opportunity to teach Sanskrit grammars. Uh, very interesting experience. Even people in mature age also, they are very much like young kids. They learn, they practice and everything. It was good experience. Then also I taught a literature class, like Eleanor just told. It was amazing experience. And this is something different. It is not related to grammar or literature. It is another type. It's related something aesthetic, rhythm and something. It's a new type of thing. And also in Hindu literature, yeah, there are dharmic literature, but there are lots of other literatures which people don't know. Very technical literatures like Chanda, like Nirukta, like related Sangita Shastra, like Natya Shastra, like they all are part of the whole dharmic literature, but they're very, very technical things. So it's a good opportunity. Those who they will see the another aspect of our Indian knowledge system, and also the aesthetic part of the knowledge system. They will learn it. Yeah, this will also a good opportunity for me to teach. Yeah.
Great, thank you for that. Eleanor, if you want to unmute and ask a question, or are you asking shlokas, right? Where will those shlokas be from? Smritis, or from how are you choosing and how?
Shlokas are just as an example. Shlokas are not more important. Important is the rules and regulations. We will choose some shlokas as an example to experiment it. After that, anyone can bring any shloka and we'll experiment how the rule is working in that particular shloka. And what meter it is in, how to recite it. It's not only to understand the rules, even everyone will recite it in the way it should be. That's how they learn. So any shlokas, okay, but definitely I will choose one or two shlokas as an example.
Wow,
Okay.
that's really. Oh, go ahead, Eleanor.
So by and large, this class will help us improve our reading of Sanskrit a lot.
Not only reading and speaking. Even if you are not reciting any shlokas,
Yeah.
your pronunciation level will be very high because of this class. Your intonation, the phonology, the pronunciation will be improved because Chanda is dealing with the pronunciation, intonation, stress, all those things. So definitely, it will help a lot to even to read, to speak, to recite in any way. Whatever way we are using a language, it will help us. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
Nice. That's really cool, actually. You're going to allow class students to bring in shlokas and then apply what you're learning to those shlokas that people want. That's very nice also. I see Jaramanji has joined us. Jaram and I are one of our graduate students. Jaramanji, do you have anything that you want to share or your experience at HUA generally or with Dr. Nanda if you've taken one of his courses? Maybe you can't unmute then. Okay. Anybody else would like to share or ask a question and get in on the webinar before? Oh, here's a Q&A from Arun Jain.
Yeah, Arun Jain is asking rules and rules regulation means the rules regulations of meters, chandas. Yeah.
So just the structure, the patterns, those are the rules and regulations.
Because every chanda has certain characteristic features. So these are the rules. These are the rules.
Yeah, my question was, this seems to be so unique to Sanskrit. Is there like similar rules and regulations for reciting? I mean, I don't know what would be the sort of similar corresponding thing in English language for shlokas, but are there similar kind of chandas in other languages like English or any other language? Such complicated and sophisticated meters in other language?
Yes, not in English, but yeah, all the classical language like Arabic, Parsi, Roman, Greek, all the classical languages, because most of in ancient languages have the poetry form literature. So, and also all the another interesting thing in any religion, the singing or reciting the scriptural text is important. It can be not only Hinduism, it go to Sikh, the Buddhism, Jainism, Judaism, everywhere. Recitation of scriptural text is important. And to recite, there are certain rules and regulations that is, and somehow meters are in most of traditional languages, not the modern languages, because like English, French, all those are derived from the Greek, Latin, and etc. But definitely in Greek, Latin, Arabic, Parsi, you will find they have their own way of meter structure.
Great. Thank you, Arunji. All right. We are nearing the end of the webinar. I think that was all of the questions. Last chance to get them in. Oh, Eleanor G. Yeah, one more question maybe. What motivated you to want to teach that class at HUA? So, right, you're coming up with different classes and you chose to teach this one. So, why did you find it important? And yeah.
So in my whole experience of teaching, public teaching, not the classroom, in public teaching also, I see 3 things are very important for a common man, and not for a scholar. That is the speaking a language, knowing the grammar, that most of people do. But the third aspect of learning chandas is very important even for a common man, because I see people are very good in Sanskrit language. Grammatically, they know everything. But when they read something or speak in Sanskrit or recite shlokas, they do lots of mistakes. Even their pronunciation is very bad, although they are scholars, because no one teaches them how to pronounce a particular word or letter in a particular context. That literature, the chanda is very much, although there are other literatures also, that is called shiksha, but chanda also one of the many literatures for a common person with a basic Sanskrit knowledge should know the chanda. So speaking, learning grammar, and learning chanda, the three things are very important for any person who wants to learn Sanskrit, not only deeply, just even in a beginner's level. It will help you a lot, give the confidence. Yeah, whatever I'm speaking, even in English also. So Indians, we speak in a different way. English, my English is different. American people, they speak in different way. We have always a concern, how cannot I speak the way the British speak, the Americans speak? You need lots of, there are certain things we need to know. So if someone wants want to speak Sanskrit, not only the shlokas, just want to speak or read something, just like great scholars speak or write. So you should know a little bit about chandas. So that is through the experience of the public teaching, I got to know that this is it should be initial learning for everyone who wants to go ahead in future. So chanda is not very deep thing. It's a very beginner's level literature.
Yeah.
So Jayaraman Iyer is saying something?
No.
No.
If he chooses to, I think he can unmute himself. But I think we're coming again
Yeah,
close to the end. Is there a particular mantra you want to end with today, or maybe
yeah, I
last
can
pitch? Let me
recite
put the details of the course in the chat one more time. Please do take a look at Exploring Chandas. It's gonna start July 14th. You have enough time to, adjust the schedule a little bit. But yeah, thank you all for joining. Let me give it to Dr. Nandaji to close us out.
Yeah. So I'm just reciting a Shanti mantra to conclude. Om Devu Shantirantariksam Shanti Prithvi Shantirapa Shantiroshadhayah Shanti Vanaspatayah Shantirvishve Deva Shantirbrahma Shanti Shantireva Shanti Sama Shantiredhi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you very much. Please consider to join this class. Thank you again.
Dhanyawad, everyone. Namaste.